Okay, we're back in Legend of Heroes Trails through Daybreak. So one of the things I forgot to do was actually just collect these. I'm doing them to get them more out of the way, but we get the Almathea quartz from this. So arts damage increase with HP is lower, caps at double damage, but they don't tell you like how low it has to go. Oh, there's even one lower than that. So Carbuncle, that one's going to be really annoying to get. Zerum powder and Zerum capsules, jeez. So yeah, eventually I will end up getting these, and the rate we're going, it's not going to be that far away either. Like, if you want to cheese these, by all means, you can just grind the really, really weak stuff, and it should count. And a lot of these I just want to get out of the way. But otherwise, last time we did all of the Spriggan missions and stuff, and it's time to call it a day. So this will progress the story forward, and we will see what horrors await us in, what was it, the 13th Ward or something? I agreed to meet up with the Immovable once my other work was done. Should I head over there now? Afterward, they went to Station Street to pick up some odds and ends. Then, when it came time to return to the office... It's a little early, but I think we should call it a day. You can head on back to the office, Anya's. Feel free to go straight to the dorms if you want. Really? Is this about your call with the big guy earlier? Nah, it's nothing that important. Oh, and your trial period's over, Risette. I don't know how long you were planning on hanging around, but we're happy to have you. Thank you, I'll bring the supplies we purchased back to our base. Appreciate it. Anyway, don't stay out too late now, guys. Oh. Something about this rubs me the wrong way. What do you say we tail him? We shouldn't invade his privacy. You're not fooling anyone. We both know you want to find out what's up. I mean, yes, but... Risette, aren't you against prying into Van's business too? On the contrary, I'm in full support. I've been fiercely curious about his destination. Furthermore, it seemed he was going there for the sake of his acquaintance rather than for personal business. But in truth, I was recommended to start spending more time as I please, so I intend to do just that. What? Nice save, maid. We could use some help, though. Let's give the Pipsqueak a call. Will you be coming along, Miss Claudel? Fine, I don't want to be the only one left out. I really thought you were more mature than this. I apologize for my imperfect nature. I am still only 20 after all. They're taking that better than when I do that to people. Man, a big-ass bracelet like you just can't stand around here and not expect to get stares. Hey there, sorry for calling you on such short notice. How do you manage to convince the others to let you go? Don't worry about it, I lost them anyways. But think you could give me more of a heads up next time? Those kids will poke their nose into anything once they catch a whiff. Sure thing, next time. So what do you even want from me? If you just want someone to help you blend in, wouldn't Elaine or Closel done the job for that? They're tough enough to serve as backup, but they'd probably make me stand out more than you think. Besides, I think you're a better fit with who we're about to meet. Oh, come on! Hey, I'll buy you a drink for the trouble. Anyway, let's get going. It's Walter. Blacklight district. Well, here we are, the place the city's very worst call home. For how long it's been around, it's kind of crazy how much more lively it's gotten in the past few years. No kidding, you won't find it on any map, yet people are still somehow finding their way down here. But what criminal wouldn't be tempted by a literal lawless zone where they can let off all the steam they damn well please? Might be a bit much for your little ones to handle right now, though. Yeah, I hate to do it, but I gotta introduce them to it eventually. Can't stay ignorant of its existence forever when you're in this line of work. True enough. So my impression of you being a mother hen looking after her chicks wasn't so far off after all, huh? Can it? So where are we going? Let's peek in at the nearby bars for starters. Watch your back, alright? I know.
Mind if I split? I've got a bad feeling about this.
Come on, man. Where's your adventurous spirit?
The area is sealed off by an enormous barrier. I don't know what the trigger is for this. Oh.
Activating shards.
Your time's run out. Fine, let's play.
So I gotta ask the obvious question.
There's a shard boost.
Who runs like that? Really?
It's over. Your move, Jin. Sucker. Sucker. My move now. Your move, Jin. Here we go. Heralding fist.
No need.
Still can't. Ah, crap. Okay, that's nothing.
A chance. This'll hurt. Earthlight. It's over. They're down. Activating step. Sucker. A chance.
Use a shard boost to get the upper hand.
Put you in your Jin. All right. You're crushed. Son of a...
And that's how it's done. Almost feel sorry for the bastards in hindsight. Almost. Gotta be pretty wet behind the ears to pick a fight with the immovable and not know what they're getting into. Goes to show why the Taito School still got its rep. It's lost some of its luster from back in the day, alas. The central dojo closed down 10 years ago after Master Ryuga passed. Now it hangs on by a thread split between several disparate dojos. Speaking of those, got something on your mind? I remember you liked to go visit those rinky-dink dojos every now and then and train with the disciples. Why not take up the mantle and revive the Taito School outright? Do you ever think of doing that? Can't imagine anyone would have a problem with you taking the reins. I'd love to see that as much as anyone, believe me, but I don't think I'm cut out to lead the whole school like that. And I can't just shirk my duty as a bracer to chase some pipe dream of mine. Maybe once I'm retired I'll give it some thought. True, Guild probably can't afford to lose somebody as high up as you. Given everything going on right now, yeah. You flatter me, I can't take all the credit though. You really held your own in that fight back there. You've got a lot of oddball moves in your arsenal. I can tell you're trained in Kunlun clear as day. Must have had a hell of a master to be able to fight like that. Hell of a master is right, he wouldn't have wasted his talent on a punk ass like me. Couldn't even repay him for everything he did. You don't say. Could he mean? Anyway, let's keep moving. Our destination should be further in.
Guess I'll check out the arena.
Hey there, can I interest you in any of my specialty herbs? Satisfaction guaranteed. Before you ask, all my stuff is all safe and street legal. I'm just here to give people a good time. I do have some of the grayer stuff, but I've had issues with people not using it right. Can't trust those boys with it, so I don't advertise it. I told them to be careful with that stuff, but no dice. But, well, that's what I get for dealing with those types. Never again. Way she talks sounds like her stuff's on the up and up. You just gotta use it wisely and you'll be fine. Interesting. Maybe I'll take a look at her inventory, partly because I'm curious and partly to make sure she's sticking to her word.
What will it be?
Chamomile earrings for Elaine. That'll make up for not doing the event with her, I guess.
I'll be seeing you.
What's next?
Aw, you shouldn't have.
Okay, next time I won't. Dang it. Hey there, boys. You from out of town? Why don't you stay a while and I'll show you a good time, You're quite the stud, and your friend there, he's just enormous, in more ways than one, I hope. You make a tempting offer, miss. You're a real sight for sore eyes yourself. Not worth it, dude. It's a wild ride and you don't want to be on it. You've been? Here's the store. Well, look who it is, Mr. Arkwright, his solutions himself. He's got the immovable tagging right along with him, too. Interesting, very interesting. Ho ho ho, something must be going on for the two of you to be working together, but I'll mind my own business. Wise move, Yimai. Hey, you sound pretty well informed, sir. Nothing gets past you, does it? You know what they say, knowledge is power. He who knows more controls most. That's the key to staying in the black down here. That is to say, I trust you won't have any problems with my humble little store, Mr. Vathek. Of course, sir, provided you don't cause any trouble for us at the guild. Sheesh, talk about uneasy truths. I ain't sticking my nose in their mind games, no, sir. So this is the dude we got the wallet back from a while ago?
Oh, I've got some fine wares for sale.
I may want that after all. Item drop only 50%. Wow. That's also really, really tame, too. Like, these are the ones that seem like they'd be good.
Ha! Best come again. Oh, I've got some fine wares. Ha! Best come again soon.
Hi there, Spriggity-Doo. And is that the immovable Mr. Jin I see? Well, butter my butt and call me Biscuit. How you been, big guy? Wait, you guys know each other? You really are a celebrity down here, aren't you? I wouldn't say that. Morgan just happens to be one of the more reputable merchants here, and I do sometimes employ his services. He kind of tiptoes the legal line, but he's been an invaluable informant for us at the guild, so we just sort of look the other way. Oh, mercy, that's so nice of you, Mr. Jin. Too nice, in fact. I haven't done that much, really. I still feel terrible that I couldn't help you before. I'm so sorely sorry. I'm pathetic, I tell you. Just a failure in the eyes of Adios. You know, it's weird as hell seeing a guy in a mask beating up on himself like that. It's giving me a whiplash. Yeah, I get that. He's an eccentric fellow, but I take it to mean he's a good guy at heart.
Welcome. Thank you for coming.
That's way too much speed loss, even though the evade is kind of nice. Well, I don't mind getting that. I'm holding off on this one just because I don't know if I may get a better evade option. We'll see. For this one, we lose out... Ooh. Like, you get more evade, which is really, really cool. Lose it on the magic evade, though. Lose out on a lot of magic evade on, what's her face? Oh well.
We await your next visit.
Whoa, hey there, little guy. Didn't see you there. Whoa, you're so big, mister. You should have some of Mommy's drinks. They're delicious. I'm not allowed to have any because I'm too little, but you guys will love them. I know it. Sounds like a ringing endorsement to me. I'll never say no to a good glass of brew. Really? You're gonna have one of Mommy's spirits? You promise? You bet. I'm a little too busy to sit down for a drink today, but I'll come back another day for it. Deal? I'm gonna tell Mommy right now. Whoops, might have run my mouth a bit too much there. That kid got me the hook, line, and sinker. I'll say, no wonder this joint does pretty well for itself.
Let's
You serious? Jin Vathek? What the hell are you doing here? Look, if you're just a customer, that's fine, but you're on our turf, and we're not the straight laces you deal with on the surface. You just stay the hell out of our business, and we'll steer clear of yours. You got that? Don't worry, I know my place here. I'm not looking to ruffle any feathers. Sometimes all I want is to shoot the shit over drinks. Nothing wrong with that, is there? No, provided you don't try to pull anything funny, and drop the goody two-shoes bullshit while you're here, okay? Makes me want to puke. I hear you. I'll be careful. Thanks for the warning. She must be some kind of ex-Jaeger to be talking like that. Best you don't go down that rabbit hole. People don't like you prying into their histories here. Anyway, pretty sure this ain't the bar we want.
Don't take too long to decide now. Come back soon.
Well, her tone sure changed.
Whoops.
I don't sense any chi. They must not be here.
Who in the hell are you talking about? Not this way. Whoops.
Starting to get a little annoying.
Boss is gonna yell at you.
Sal, Walter, and I can't tell who that is in the middle. You're shitting me, right? Sorry to hold things up.
How delightful it is to see you, Mr. Arkwright. And you as well, Immovable.
You sure took your sweet-ass time. Didn't expect Arkwright to be with you, though.
I'm just here to do him a favor. But if I'd known we were coming to see scumbags like you, I'd have turned him straight down. Come now, no need to be like that. I knew you were in Calvert, but it's hard to believe it's been 2 years since I last saw your face. Eh, Walter? Not since Jormungandr, huh? Bugged the hell out of me we weren't able to use that chance to settle the score between us. Same here. So I'm sure it's no coincidence I was suddenly able to meet you so easily. Spoke to these two before you showed up, but meetups like this, here and there, ain't such a bad idea with how little we know about those guys. I see now. We're all after Almana, so we're here to trade information on them. Didn't think I'd have the chance into a gathering this major. So who's our imposing friend?
I ask that you proceed as though I am not present. Think of me as a random traveler who happened to be here when you arrived.
That's, asking a lot. Though the coat and you being part of this group gives me an idea of who you're affiliated with. To kick this thing off, it's proving impossible to even learn more about Almana at this point. Heard a report the other day that a bracer on an undercover op still hasn't come back. We haven't been in much the same position ever since the situation in Longport. Not long ago, a cold-blooded warning video was sent to our Council of Elders, the kind meant to serve as an example. They just keep getting worse. We've had nothing like that on our end, but there is one guy up top who can't seem to wipe the smile off his face since they cropped up. He's one real shitbag, so if he likes them, you know they're real monsters. That'd be the fourth Anguisse. Sounds to me like we all think we're better off crushing them before they become more of a headache. This guy, he the one you mentioned a while back?
I've got a list of questions from the Oathbreaker, so start running your mouth, or I'll run my fist through your face.
The infamous fourth Anguisse, huh? Doesn't quite sit right. I imagine our definitions of crush differ here, but at least we know where we all stand now. Save for our friend keeping his cards to his chest there anyway, it sounds like the CID is up to something too. Still wish I could figure out just what their boss is thinking. Old Rocksmith's successor, huh? Heard some colorful rumors about him myself. But knowing he's turned a blind eye to a hole like this makes him alright in my book. Indeed, President Rocksmith is a broad-minded fellow in his own right. But the current president has proven even more receptive toward us. Some of the elders are rather fond of him. Though that also does make him a far more formidable foe during negotiations. From our perspective, the president's willingness to work with you guys is one giant flapping red flag. Oh, do not misunderstand, all of our cooperative efforts are in line with your guild's code. Heaven forbid otherwise. Can you guys not probe each other while I'm stuck right in the middle? I feel like I don't even need to be here anymore. Easy, Arkwright, your part's just about to come up.
Walter.
It ain't often we get a chance like this, and you can't pick a better place. You weren't satisfied with how we ended 2 years ago either. So what say we pick it up where we left off? Right here, right now.
Ha! Sounds like a plan.
Wait, you saw this coming, didn't you? Hell no, I ain't here to watch two monsters beating the crap out
Who
of...
said you'd watch? You and White Orchid Dragon are joining. Come on. Exchange info, exchange blows. Either way, we're getting to know each other.
I admit to some reluctance standing between combatants of your caliber. But I am also not one to pass up a chance to face Mr. Arkwright and the famed Jin the Immovable.
Well, you should be.
Sorry, Arkwright, but this is just how it's gotta be. We'd lose sight of ourselves if it was just one-on-one. And who knows how much damage we'd cause then.
You damn asshole.
I shall act as observer. Fight to your heart's content.
Why are you so up for this? You're welcome to my spot, you know.
Perhaps another time.
Ready? Begin! Deploying shards!
Ha! Try not to bore me, all right?
Don't hold anything back now. All right.
A chance! Brace yourself! You ain't seen nothing!
Boost
Your
gauge
move,
limiter
Jin.
unlocked.
Oh, I actually have control of Jin here. And why that sissy stealth?
Oh, is that all you've got?
Heralding Fist, back attack bonus, Thundering Kick, to stand,
The hell's the matter, huh?
our hat Palm Strike.
Try this, Risette. Going all in. Try this, Risette.
You got this!
Away with you!
You're making me get serious.
Like hell you're running. Beat shit.
Bring it on. This'll hurt.
Go all out.
Oh, is that all you've got?
This'll hurt.
Guess I have to do it this way.
It's over!
Now we're talking.
Well done.
That's it? Okay.
And you still won't accept that S-rank promotion. Why the hell not?
I'm just not ready for it. My Taito skills have nothing to do with it. Though it'll sure give me a boost in confidence if I can beat you here.
Oh yeah? Will it now?
What the hell are you... Hold on a sec. This is looking real bad. I got a script. I can't move. I fear there's no stopping this. I'm honored to bear witness.
That is enough.
Kilika has arrived. Well then, you're...
Kilika!
You got here quick, and here I was hoping we could duke it out a little longer.
I figured you'd have a lot of catching up to do. So I thought to give you some space. A mistake on my part, I see. Are you a future S-rank bracer and a society enforcer, or are you infants?
Oh, wait a minute! This was all his fault!
Don't give me that. You were all gung-ho until she showed up, buddy.
looking more and more like infants from where I'm standing. What a shame. I was rather looking forward to seeing that to its end. You are a force to be reckoned with, Flying Swallow. It's good to see you, Spriggan. I see Jin is causing you trouble yet again. As for you, Sal, are you sure it's alright for you to be out of Crossbill after your promotion to president? Worry not, I've foisted all responsibility there to Yin and the Triple S. Sky has no shame. Looks like you brought more suspicious folks to the party.
What? You got a problem with us, punk?
So, they're not very subtle with us being a Grail Knight.
So you're the Spriggan of the Republic. But personally, I think of you as the dropout of the Conlone School.
Wait, are you...
Now, Celise. It's not good to pick fights with him when you've only just met.
Yeah, look at the necklace.
Even if he is a shady piece of human waste from Adios knows where who can't figure out which half of the moral fence he's standing on.
Well, even I wasn't trying to be that harsh.
Curious.
Still, I see it was worth our while to come down here.
So I know their Dominion numbers.
Who knew a battle between the Society's finest Eastern martial artist and a student of one of the 3 great schools would be waiting for us? But perhaps the greatest surprise of all is seeing you.
Thought you were acting kind of funny lately. But finding out you're all buddy-buddy with the Society is one thing I didn't see coming.
I haven't the faintest idea what you're talking about. I am a mere traveler who chanced upon this place and its current company. Nothing more. I ask that you pay me no mind, Mother Celise, Father Leon.
You're not even trying to hide it.
You're quite the interesting fellow, Vice Captain.
Must have been a hard job bringing a couple of runts like them down here.
I thought they would make a fine match for you. We do have an agreement right now, after all.
Who are you calling a couple of runts? You sure can run your mouth dire well, but don't go getting cocky. How about I show you and that hardhead what I can really do?
Yeah? With what, Missy? That sword? Sure you're gonna be swinging it and not the other way around? How'd a teeny bopper like you even get that damn...
I'm 27.
Huh?
I said I'm 27. Any questions?
Huh. Well, I guess some guys are into that kind of thing.
You are so dead.
You had to step on a landmine. She hates when people talk about her little baby face and impressively short height.
Also dead.
I'll leave this crap to you, Arkwright.
Why me? I have a feeling I know where these 3 are from.
Oh, there he is.
Guys?
Van! Wait. Huh?
Cao! What kind of crazy party is this?
Well, if it isn't Aaron. How do you even find this place? I thought I threw you off my tail.
This is what happens when you only keep people half in the loop.
And there's Elaine. Elaine? I didn't think you'd wander down here, too. Wait, isn't she... the one and only Beauty's Blade, but the woman next to her?
I happened to run into them during their search for you. I did have my doubts on whether to bring them here or not, but as you can see... Well, in any case, I had a feeling you were here.
My apologies. I had no idea what we were getting ourselves into, but now that I see it, this place certainly does pique my interest.
Well, I was gonna bring you down here at some point. But what's with you beating me to it, Elaine? You're the one who's constantly harping on about keeping him out of danger. You going senile? We're used to danger. And besides, I see some other kids down here too. I know that you have our best interests at heart, but no one likes being kept at arm's length forever. Sorry for all the trouble this ended up causing, man. But hey, it ended up being a good chance to teach him about this place, no? Oh, please, don't start acting like you did nothing wrong. I'll say, I have some choice words for you too, Jin. You didn't think to discuss your coming here with anyone else? Quite the arrogant move on your part. Well? Well, fun's over. I've had enough of being here. Today was more about saying hi anyway. I've done what I came for. Walter. We will see each other again at some point, even if the only other place I can imagine that happening is your prison cell. Well, kind strangers, if you would excuse me. Yeah, that's enough hellos. Sorry for making you show us down here, Chief. We're out of here. See you all around sometime. I wouldn't be surprised if we met again, though that depends on what A does.
Well, now that the air has calmed down a touch, perhaps those of us who remain might continue sharing information?
Man, you never change.
Sounds like there's no room for doubt then. Well, Mono's got some other organization working for him. So would it appear. Their funding is at least partly coming from those who funded the racial terrorism of the past, too. That's awful. Van was telling us about that not too long ago. Our company's risk assessment led us to the same conclusion. Up until a few years ago, racially motivated attacks on those of Eastern and Central Eastern descent were all too common. They were known to be orchestrated by white supremacist groups who traced their origins back to the Old Kingdom. But the situation changed significantly when a rather large group attacked the trade conference in Crossbell 4 years ago. Fortunately, we were able to quell the situation thanks to an insurance policy we had in place. And as soon as the crisis was put to rest, the former president started an aggressive crackdown on those groups. You didn't hear much from them after that, then the post-war reparations put the entire issue on the back burner. That's not to say they disbanded, however. If anything, the economic prosperity provided an ideal cover for them to continue in secret. And now that their cover is coming to an end, bringing the issue of them to the surface once again. Well, I don't know how those assholes are tied to Almada, but if they got all those fat stacks at their disposal, that explains how they got so big so fast. Yeah, and with that kind of mirror, they could bring people on the outside into the fold. Like the group Melchior and that new puppeteer come from. A group able to wipe out a high-ranking company of Jaegers single-handedly, and likely with special abilities at their disposal. So they are from the Gardens. I am thoroughly unsurprised you've heard of them. Few have, even in the criminal underworld. What's the Gardens? Is it some kind of group? They're a criminal organization that's of a different breed to mafias like Almada. They don't have much in common with the society either, mind. We first learned of their existence 9 years ago. Their modus operandi is gathering orphans and giving them a first-class education in assassination. Damn, didn't know stuff like that was even real. Unfortunately, it very much is. Their members are few in number, but they complete their missions with startling success. The organization is divided into several groups called Gardens, with each being led by an overseer. We are aware of their presence at Marduk as well. Their threat level is considered to be S+. Internally, it was at one point believed that most involved unsolved assassinations were their handiwork. You can imagine the headache when we had another group trying to mimic their playbook. Still, their name hasn't cropped up very much over the past couple of years. Not since the Overseer of the Garden of Swords was taken up by 2 members who fled the organization. So the Overseer was the Emperor, the gravity user from Reverie, and the 2 members who fled the organization were 3 and 9, Swin and Nadia. You meet them in Reverie, and they'll be back later. Wow. I feel like I've read that story somewhere before. So it's Cold Steel 3, I believe. I have that on the channel if you want to read 3 and 9. What is it, Van? Nothing. Anyway, now that we know the group of monsters is working with Almada. Still a mystery how they ended up that way. Same with how they wound up with all that terrorist funding. But maybe a more pressing question is why they're working together. True. They've got 3 of the worst tiles that exist. Just a matter of working out what hand they're going for. So that's a Mahjong reference. You a Mahjong player too? I mean, you're right. We're going to need to focus on that going forward. Indeed, albeit in our own unique ways, no doubt. Well, I believe we've had enough discussions for one day. Still, it seems clear that there's more room for negotiations between us and some other groups going forward. I am most humbled you're including us in that. Well, I don't know about you and Geen, but Hayway has its moderates too, like Fawn. Take it we conclude you guys in that too, Arkride. Goes without saying, hell, we're the common thread between all of you. And you're just gonna keep using us as a bridge between you anyways. You got that right? So we would, but of course. Stop being so in sync. I see it didn't take long for you to adjust to life in the capital. Just bear in mind that Lady Yashen is rather worried about you back in Longport. Did you try to exercise restraint in your daily life, Man, she could stand and chill out a little, and you should be the one checking in on home more often. How's Shin doing, by the way? He's been abroad in Remifuria for half a year now, right? I believe he's doing rather well. He attends a distinguished middle school there and is blessed with many good friends. Come to think of it, Chief, I know you go way back with him and the Direwolf. But I would have figured Renee would have handled this kind of thing. That's right. Smart guy you and Elaine grew up with, yeah? He's actually quite occupied with another case for us. As for what that case is, you will soon see. That's sure an ominous way of putting it. And she's one of the more reasonable ones, too. Why can't the CID be staffed by more normal people? Forgive me for saying so, but you're a fine one to talk. Yeah, I can't believe you came to a place like this without us. Kinda pisses me off I let you shake me in the first place, but that's in the past now. So just what is this place? It's called the Blacklight District. It's the city's unofficial 13th district and its dark side. A lawless zone that changes location from time to time, and that few cops dare to tread. It's home to criminals of every kind. Good place for them to get together, too. To think that all this time, such a place was right under my nose. You know, I feel like Oppie said something about it to me before. I was aware of its existence, but this is my first time seeing it in person. Looks to be a combination of multiple underground areas that went unused during the city's urban planning. Good spot to hang out. We had to walk through a whole damn maze just to get here. An underground coliseum and contraband as far as the eye can see. It's like it was made for me. Well, too late to do anything now that you're here. I'm gonna guess people stayed away because you had Elaine, but people are always getting into scuffles around here. So let me teach you how to speak this district's language. We'll take a tour while we do, but just keep your eyes peeled, alright? Right. Of course. I'm down. Hey there, come on and have some fun. Just don't get too naughty, alright? No, that was some good entertainment today. Sure made this old hag happy. They got some pretty colorful youngins lined up. Can't wait to see just what sort of havoc they end up wreaking. Not your average grandma, this one. She gives off a really sinister aura. I'm not sure why. Well, look what the cat dragged in. Thought you could start shit outside my restaurant, huh? I'll let you guys off once. Got to make some money taking bets off that. But you damage this place and I'll collect in your head, got it? Don't you guys cause no trouble, alright? This here's a legit business I'm running with the boss's permission. You can't give me shit. Legitimate is stretching it a bit with all those safety hazards you got in plain sight. Whatever's going on, you sound serious. Better not get in his way or else. Ain't my fault all that crap went down. Whatever, let's take a look around and then get the hell out of here. Relax, Chief. Why do we need to rush? Gambling den's open. We ought to grab a seat and throw down. We can leave once we make some dough. Alright, but just a little. I mean, only a little.
What'll it be? Come again.
This is so insane.
I'm so lost. I don't know which way is which anymore.
No need to fret. I have this area all mapped out.
Well, planner launched.
Oh.
What's next?
Oh, thank you.
Forgot what it was I actually wanted to look at.
Wow, there sure are a lot of bars in this place.
Has its priorities.
They are likely the only sources of refuge for the people here.
Hey, gorgeous.
The Coliseum is really buzzing today. Must be something big going on up there. They say that's as good as a reason as any to let loose and party hard, though, don't you? I've got just the right drinks to make that happen. In fact, here's a secret. It really turns me on when somebody buys one of my pricier bottles. Do that, and maybe I'll throw in an extra treat. They sure don't have places like this on the surface. Had my attention when you mentioned the Coliseum, but maybe this can wait. Maybe that can wait. That's what no laws and no regulations does to a place. Just don't let them sucker you in or you'll regret it. You'll regret it. I can't even speak.
See you later, handsome.
Wait a second. Okay, I thought that was Marielle at first, but it's not. Here. Looking at the mini-map to try and navigate. Dang it.
Boss is gonna yell at you.
Oh, down here.
Hey, mister. How about...
Oh my goodness, is that you, Van? It is, isn't it? Oh, my beloved fourth boyfriend has finally returned to me. What? Damn, Chief, save some girls for the rest of us. What chick in this town don't you have crawling all over you? Oh, I'm old, not insane. You think I'd get with a girl like her? Piss off. But no, you saved me. You held my hand and rescued me from those awful no-good cops on my tail. You were my knight in shining armor, saved me from those false charges. Just remembering it gives me butterflies. Yeah, if those charges are false, then I'm Sheena Dirk. Bullshit, lady. You really ought to kick that habit of yours, stabbing every guy you fall for like they're some kind of corkboard. Wait, what'd you say she does? Pardon me if this sounds like an obvious question, but may I ask why you go to such lengths? Oh, that's just so embarrassing. Are you really going to make me answer? I mean, what won't a girl do for love? She'll do whatever it takes to make a man hers. Each and every last reach of him. It's only natural. This chick takes possessive to a whole new level. She's certainly a unique person, even under her circumstances. Hold on, doesn't that mean... Van can be next. His life's in danger. The hell it is. I just told you, she and I are not a thing, period.
What'll you have today?
Well, here's the new Proverbs.
Thanks for coming.
So there is a shop over here.
Strange posse you're running with.
The Spriggan and his lovely assistants again. I see you've added some new faces to your ranks since we last met. What brings you here? Somebody heard I need to take a look at? Well, you know me. Show me the mirror and I'll take a gander. Sick, dead, whatever you need, I can handle it. Isabel, I didn't know you worked down here. What, she a friend of yours or something? Not exactly. She was a client we did some work for after I first joined. Yep, as you can probably tell, she's a pretty renowned doc in the underbelly. Not my first choice for treatment, but she'll patch you up. And gouge your wallet, too. But hey, she's always around whenever you need it. Ouch, that's a little mean, don't you think? I'm not some scam artist, I just know what I'm worth. Money talks, after all, and I listen. Green is a language we all understand. Money talks? I didn't know they printed talking money, but I'll take your word for it. You sound like a really skilled doctor.
They're all specially made.
These are not food items, so I'm not really in any rush to get it.
Always be careful when and how much you use.
Like, the defense ones probably aren't too bad since you can... I don't know. Crap. So I gotta dip out.
Cool! There's a match going on right now!
Some kind of arena? Nice.
Yep, this here's where they hold fighting tournaments. You go in and beat the shit out of each other. Makes for a gambling hotbed, as you can imagine. Oh, color me intrigued. Wow, that's awesome. Sounds like an amazing place to train. Yeah, no. Literally anything goes in there. Roids, mods, explosives, you name it. It ain't the place to train. It's straight up blood sport in there. The organizers will even come up with bullshit reasons to make you fight monsters and archaisms. Even if you survive all the shit they throw at you, it really ain't worth it. Just steer clear of it, alright? That's fair. Sounds like you really have to be on your toes in there. Pretty decent prize money if you win, though. I'll give him that much credit. It's one way to make ends meet down here. Mr. Arkwright, you're not speaking from experience, are you? Nah, that shit ain't my scene. Well, not anymore, I mean. Look, they were hard times, okay? That bastard paid for a new truck, but he didn't pay for all the mods like the previous one had. Whatever you say, Chief. Next time you decide down, let me know so I can put my money on you. Hell no, I ain't setting foot in that cesspit again. That's the spirit, Joe. Can't wait to see you kick ass in your next match. Kill that stupid bastard, you hear me? Got all my money riding on you. Don't have to tell me twice. Once I'm done with him, we're having ourselves a good old-fashioned bloodbath. I'll knock the son bitch out in one blow and won't stop until this whole town's red.
Show no mercy, you hear? Kick his ass. For real?
So unfortunately, I took a break. I don't remember where all I have and haven't gone. Okay, I think we hit up her.
They're all specially made. Always be
Oh,
careful
just
when and how
tablets.
much you use. All my stuff is to die for. See you later, handsome. Wanna get a drink together?
Well, if it isn't Edith's one and only Spriggan, what brings you here, darling? Got time to stay and play? Your lady friends are more than welcome to join you if they're up for it. We've got girls that know how to keep a woman company, too. You'll be joining in pleasures you can't find anywhere up on the surface, I can promise you that. Stay a while, won't you, big guy? I don't get it. What kind of place is this? Feels alluring. I feel drawn to it, but I don't know why. Never felt like this before. Hard no. Letting you two waltz in there's just asking for trouble. And you don't even think about sneaking inside while I'm not looking, punk. I'm an adult. What do you care how I spend my free time? Sometimes guys just need to let it hang, you know? I care because you get hooked on that shit in 2 seconds. Can't trust your horny ass to stay out of trouble. I think most of the girls still have some growing up to do. Those services aside, I've still got some things for sale here. If you change your mind and decide to spend some quality time with our girls, just let me know. I'll wait right here for you, handsome. It appears that she and Mr. Arkwright are acquainted with one another. Whoever she is, she certainly has quite the way with words.
Ooh, you look dangerous.
We actually do need these.
I'd better see you again.
My man, you came at the perfect time. Come on, step aside and have some fun. Bring your lady friends, too. You're gonna love the girls we have here. Plenty to choose from, and they're all people-pleasers in more ways than one. Anyhow, enjoy your stay in the Blacklight district. There's nowhere else in Edith that can tend to your deepest wants and needs like we can. Seen that guy around here from time to time. Never knew he was a barker till now. This joint makes sense. Cops don't come down here. If you want to do the dirty on the down low, this is where you go. Okay, we hit up that one already. This road seems to lead to the outside, but the door before it is locked tight.
What'll it be? Come again.
Okay, there's one more store over here I might not have been able to access before. Oh, it's the bookstore.
What do you have today? Thanks
So we're
for
good.
coming.
And money-wise, we're actually very, very lacking. Oh well. Let's hit the event and see where it takes us.
I'll take you on.
Proceeding to neutralize.
I'll kick your ass.
Ah,
Fine,
I like their
let's play.
spunk.
If we must.
Initializing drive.
Do your worst.
A boost would work here.
All you now. Leave this to me.
A chance for a shard boost. Initiating drive.
Now's a good time to boost. Activating skill.
Keep moving, Van.
Use a shard boost to get the upper hand.
Oh well.
Activating skill.
It's over.
There.
Kidding me?
A chance for a shot boost.
There.
Activating skill.
Now's our chance.
Gotcha. Son of a...
Junk healing items, too. I'm sure you guys figured it out, but the Blacklight District ain't exactly the kind of place you visit for fun. Aaron's another story, but the rest of you make easy pickings for scumbags and lowlives hacking it down here. You don't come down here by yourselves, understood? Yeah, I get what you mean. Things can get really dicey if you get surrounded here. But if you bring a buddy along, I bet it'd make for a fun fight. Well, ideally, you won't be fighting in a city at all. Still, I didn't realize there were so many people like that down here. Yeah, pretty spooky when you think about it. This world here is a lot closer to yours than you might be comfortable with. It is, but honestly, I'm just more surprised this all existed right under my nose. At least, it's surprising to someone as well-to-do as me. Perhaps I'm just not very aware of my surroundings. You'd think this would be something of a problem, but it's like everyone just turns a blind eye to it. I hear ya. Blacklight's a lawless place, but they have their own rules instead. The big one being you don't drag innocent civilians into your messes down here. Most tend to follow that, so they'll leave you alone. Keyword being most. Some of them step out of line, like we just saw. Reminds me of Hayway's own code. Do you visit here often, Mr. Arkwright? You seem to be rather well informed about this area. I check in from time to time. There's intel down here that you can't find anywhere else. As you guys might have noticed by now, it's a good place to sharpen your street smarts. Yeah, I totally get what you mean. That's gotta be like the best part of this whole trip. Man, Jaeger born and bred, ain't ya? Okay, that was our last thing.
Guess I'll check out the arena. Don't think I've seen you before.
Oh, you know what I just realized? We haven't checked any bulletin boards here. Don't sweat that. As a rule, I don't take 4 SPGs from anybody down here. Why not? There are a lot of people here who could use some help, aren't there? For real, nobody down here is exactly innocent, so I can't imagine any of them being able to go to the cops or bracers for help. That's the problem. There are some rare exceptions, but almost everyone down here has a checkered past in some way. Ultimately, I can't trust them not to abuse the system. Worst case scenario, I get farmed out as a grunt for some real sketchy shit. Not worth it. That does make sense, given Spriggan's reputation for assisting in legally gray matters. I can see how a bad faith actor might exploit them for their own gain, and how society at large would offer little to defend them. To be clear, I already make a point of filtering out those garbage posts to start with. More than anything else, it'd just be a giant time sink trying to vet requests from these parts. That's the biggest reason I don't bother. As much as some folks might think otherwise, I don't deal with criminals. I deal with people who have complicated problems. When somebody has a problem they can't rely on the law or the guild to solve, they come to me. That's all there is to it. That's fan for you. What can I say? It's worked for me so far. Must be doing something right. End of the day, if someone here really wants my services, they're not completely out of luck. They've still got 2 options. They can post a 4 SPG in another part of town, or they can come talk to me. Same as anybody else, really. Doesn't mean I'll agree to help, but I'll hear him out at least. That's our boss, always trying to keep the door open. So we're gonna hold off one last second.
Don't think I've seen you before. Guess I'll check out the arena.
Wait, shop's back here.
What will it be? I'll be seeing
That's
you.
just a consumable shop.
Oh, I've got some fine wares. Best come again soon.
I ain't give that gift away, did I? I guess I did. Okay, that's the dock. Since I'm not familiar with the area yet, want to be thorough. After leaving the district, they made their way to the surface following a different route. October 18th, 5:05 p.m. Damn, it's already this late? We were down there a while. It connects to the Riverside District, too. Feels like waking up from a dream. Guess it was all a bit too much for a kid. Speaking of kids, seems like that boy you ran into is the son of a Jaeger. I really liked it down there. Shady criminals excluded. It was like a conflict could break out at any second, a perfect place for training. Not this again. At least it hadn't fully descended into anarchy, even if the rules are somewhat lax. Seemed like a good place to procure goods and materials you can't get on the surface. Yeah, don't want anyone getting hooked on the place, but use it when you need to. Just follow the rules. That goes for you in particular, Aaron. You okay, Agnes? You're awfully quiet. No, I'm perfectly fine. It was a lot to take in. I'm feeling a bit of a culture shock, I suppose. I can hardly blame you. I'm sorry, I was probably making you feel even worse with how carried away I was getting. Oh, you don't need to feel responsible. It's just, to be honest, I've got something else on my mind, too. It does kind of feel like something's been eating at you lately. Worried about things at school. Yes, actually, there's a major opportunity coming up that I was considering opting into. But I think I've decided against it. There's nothing more it can teach me that I haven't learned already, after all. Oh?
Our information did not lead us astray, I see. It's good to see you all, my friends.
That it is.
Your Highness. Najee. Damn, talk about showing up unexpected. So this is what the Chief was talking about.
Correct. His Highness and I have something to discuss with you. Please, climb in.
It's so spacious in here. This here's an ETWS stretch limo, right? Hell of a luxury. Ride smooth as a baby's ass, too. Still room to move up in the world, huh? The suspension systems in a luxury vehicle like this versus my pickup are built for totally different things. Speaking of, I take it you like the part I sent you. I got it on special order to ensure it didn't clash with the aesthetic of your truck. Oh, like undersells it. It's a thing of beauty. Even if that ulterior motive behind sending it wasn't just in my head. Still, I'm glad you're both looking well. Thank you. My apologies again for all the trouble we caused you. We weren't expecting to see you all again so soon either. But we were already here for a visit with the President, so the timing happened to line up. What? Oh, that Gramhart guy. Didn't say anything about a meeting on the news? Some kind of secret talks? You need to concern yourself with details like that You need to concern yourself with details that are on a need-to-know basis. Lack of punctuation marks there confused me for a sec. Well, we are living in crazy times. No doubt there's plenty for our leaders to be talking about. Much as it bugs me that you've clearly got something besides that you want to dump on us. Oh? I think I see what's going on now.
I'm sure you do. We invited you here in the hopes of hiring you. This is a joint request from Elsheim and the CID.
That's quite the pair. I'm committing to nothing but keep going.
The short of it is, we'd like you to go on another trip for us, to the home of the Verne Company, the city of Basel in the southwest.
That's Calvard's biggest orbit manufacturer, isn't it? Sounds like a big one.
If you could take a look at the screen.
Basel is an industrial city that is home to both the Verne Group's HQ and the Basel Institute of Science. Its artisanal district dates back to the Middle Ages, and it is surrounded by an abundance of nature. Our problem is that as of late, the city's orbital network has become unstable. In addition, suspicious individuals have been sighted leaving and entering the city.
Don't tell me it's... I know what you're thinking, but we can't assume that until we have all the facts, of which we have very little. Under normal circumstances, we would be well informed of the situation, as our country has deep ties with the Institute. Unfortunately, its director, who also happens to be Verne's CEO, has been notably unforthcoming as of late. That's strange. Isn't your country one of Verne's largest shareholders? Yes, it is. We are not their principal shareholder, but we still wield considerable influence over the company. Yet, in spite of that fact, the CEO has been emphatically vague in response to our questions. We suspect he is merely buying time. For what, though, I do not know, but his sudden shift in behavior indicates he's hiding something, hence my request to you. You're not giving me much to work with here. And if you're looking for technical experts, you've come to the wrong place. Oh, I beg to differ. After all, you have one of Marduk's very own concierges in your employ. Also, a little birdie told me you're testing some revolutionary new technology at present. You mean the Simu thingy? It's still undergoing testing, but we plan to reveal it to the public eventually. Good to hear. I'll most certainly be looking forward to it. Anyhow, if we took our request to the guild, it'd land at the bottom of their list of priorities, given that no civilian casualties have occurred. Also, much like the police, they're as wary as a fox with these sorts of mysteries. Right, we're on the job, we can deal with any problems that you'd rather keep away from the public eye. The conditions are fair, but you better be willing to pay top mirror for our services or you can count us out. Oh, you needn't worry there. If anything, that makes you more trustworthy in my book. Is that a fact? Well, I think we should definitely consider taking this on, especially if Almada's involved. If possible, I'd like to ask one thing before we agree to take this on. What's the CID's connection to this case? You haven't been upfront about that. Oh? Ever the sharp one. Vern and the Institute are currently part of 2 national projects. One of them is for making the Zypha standard available to the general public, both at home and abroad. The technology is a national secret, so our involvement should be no surprise. Makes sense. Gotta stay on top of any leaks and scandals so they don't slip through the cracks. What about the other project? Classified. Ah, come on. Boo. Even I don't know the specifics there, so I'm not in the same boat as you all. I did try pressing the president for details, but he simply wouldn't budge. Apologies, but that's all the more reason why I cannot divulge any information about the project. The point is, there are many reasons for our involvement. This all sounds fishy as hell, but whatever. Get on with it. As you wish, the issue of the Zypha Standards funding source also needs to be addressed. And I will delegate that task to your group's chief and concierge. What do you mean? Since when did you become my boss? Fine, I'll explain. Zypha being Vern's 6th generation combat orbit is common knowledge at this point. But there's little known fact about the project's humble beginnings. It got a massive capital injection from an interested party. And that party just so happens to be the Valis Investment Bank, which, as it so happens, is also the largest shareholder of Marduk, my employer. I see. Sure feels like I'm hearing the name Valis a lot lately. Valis? Oh, as in the city-state? Correct, it's a giant port city in the Central East. It may not have much land, but through trade in the South Sea, its people amass a great fortune, which they are investing all over the continent. They are both our allies and our competitors. The Valis Investment Bank is owned by them. So you're trying to drag our asses into a Central Eastern turf war also can be your eyes and ears. Well, I guess they could be saying in their own spines, especially with state-level secrets up for grabs. In short, you want us to investigate a highly complex situation from a neutral standpoint and get to the bottom of what's happening there. Does that about sum it up? I'll give you an 85 for that answer. In the event that Valis attempts to interfere, we would also like you to act as a mediator. You've got this all mapped out. Mediation is not one of our specialties, unfortunately, so I'm not certain if we are your best option for that. On the contrary, I think you are our safest bet on that front. Should you take our request, you will stay in Basel for 3 days. I'm sure there'll be other 4 SPGs you can juggle at the same time. We can't expect you to leave at once, but it would be best if you departed within the next few days. Wait. Alright, we'll give it some thought when we get back. Can't make any promises. I understand. We won't be out of options if you refuse. The CID never puts all its eggs in one basket. Regardless, everything we've told you is strictly confidential. Though I think a rather unexpected issue might work in our favor here. After that, Prince Shireen and Kincaid saw them back to their office. Once they arrived, they enjoyed dinner at Montbarn before gathering to discuss the Crown Prince's request. Take it you ain't heard a thing about all this from your own company. I'm naturally aware of the plan to make the Zypha standard available to the masses, but not about problems in Basel. If A really is involved, I would have expected to have already been informed. Gotcha. It does sound like something that'd take us 3 days either way. But if we're looking into things at Vern and the Institute, we're gonna need to work mostly weekdays. But that would mean Anya's... Actually, the timing here is rather perfect. You see... Wow, high school here sounds really fun. Trust a big school in the capital to bust out the fancy trips. Aramis is all about students thinking for themselves, so something like this makes sense. Bet you'll have reports to write for days about it, too. Yes, actually, some of my friends who came here the other day are considering Basel, too. I was interested in going myself, but I wasn't sure whether or not that was the best decision. But you would be leaving next Thursday for 3 days, so the timing matches up splendidly. It's almost as if Arusha wants this to happen. Not that I think my personal circumstances should push us into taking this on, of course. Of course. That goes both ways. You're a student first, so don't go forcing your decision to line up with our job. Even if we do end up in the same general place, your studies might mean we won't even see each other. Well, I suppose that's true, but that still kind of hurts. That's rich coming from the guy who always decides where to go based on who'll shove dessert down his throat. Speaking of which, what are we going to find in Pacel on that front? Excellent question. A baked tart called Engadine? I don't know if that's a real thing or what. A baked tart called an Engadine is probably the most famous. It's made of walnuts and honey nougat, and it has a simple but mellow taste that's just... I suppose Van's right. I need to make up my own mind about what to do. Otherwise my great-grandfather would never, or Dad for that matter. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause you concern. Not at all. I don't think anyone could blame you for feeling conflicted here. But should we end up going to the same place, rest assured that I will do all I can to support you. She is way too perceptive. Thank you, but why... Oh. No way. I'll speak to my friends at school tomorrow, but if you could work under the assumption we'll all be going to prepare accordingly. Got it, bud. Don't forget that I'm a student first and foremost, right? I won't. I'll make this work so I can handle my obligations properly both here and at school. Good night. Yeah, night. So I guess we'll be leaving next Thursday, same day as Aramis. But Renee and the prince just dumped this on us, so they can wait until tomorrow for an answer. Still, she's sure looking brighter than when I met her. With how much she's got weighing on her, I'm sure she's still got a lot to work through. But I'll look out for her as best I can, being her boss and all. Man, that sure was a day. Guess I'll go for a walk to wind down before bed.